Hi there, and welcome to the Experience Podcast. My name is Dennis, and I am honored to be here today. And coming from beautiful Costa Rica, and you don't see it right now because I'm in my room. But if you're watching this, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on any feedback that you have. And also in the description, you will find a lot of events that you can tap into. And those events are all very transformational. I want to invite you to the Return to Nature Masterclass happening this Thursday at 4:30 p.m. And we're going to be exploring what it means to be whole and complete in the Garden of Eden, and really allowing our little child to come out and express in peace, love, and joy. And also, there's going to be um, a link to donate. And this donation is not only for this channel, but it's for the creation of bringing heaven to earth. And what that specifically looks like is we're building the first one, and it has been built here in Costa Rica, Earthwaking Village. So your donations will go to bringing heaven to earth, and that's self self-generating, regenerative, off-grid, self-sustaining communities. And this is the first one, and you'll be supporting many more to come, not just in Costa Rica, but all over the world. So with that, I have my cousin Mervin on the here with me today, and I'm really grateful that you're here. And I'm really looking forward to conversating and seeing where it goes. So welcome, Mervin. And yeah, if you could introduce yourself a little bit and share whatever's on your heart, and we'll just take it from there.
I'm Mervin. I'm glad to be here. Just reminiscing, I guess. So yeah, glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Um, and like, what is it that you being here, what is it that had you inspired to be here? Like, what's like, can you actually just share a little bit about what's going on in your life? Like what's going on in Mervin's life?
Right now it's I guess just trying to build a home and just making it through life right now. There's not much going on right now. I have off work for a couple weeks, and so um just trying to keep food on the table, I guess. So
So you said you have off work a couple of weeks. Like, what is it that you do? Or actually, where are you from? Like, what state are you
oh,
in? And
I'm from Indiana,
okay,
Napanee, Indiana. So yeah.
nice. And what do you do for a living? Like, what is it that you're off of work from?
Factory, like
Okay, okay.
RV work.
So for those of the people that are watching this podcast and they don't know what an RV is, like, can you explain to them what an RV is?
It's a recreational vehicle for camping and like motorsports. Just a bunch of different models and stuff. So we make the small ones just like a couple grand. I'm mean, a couple thousand. So some of them are like over. Well, there's some over a million motorhomes, but like in our line of work, we do like 30 a day, so 35.
Okay,
So they're small, but
awesome. So I know that you've been attending some of the earth waking, like I see you attending some of the workshops, and this is actually a
yeah,
result of the reason that you and I connected like this is one of the things that I wrote down at Awaken Your Destiny on Saturday was to reach out to 5 people within 24 hours. And so I went through and I reached out to, I think like 7 people, and 3 of them said yes. So that's the result of that class. So you attending Earthwaking, like our events and et cetera, like um, what inspires you about like coming to these events that you've been coming to?
For information like about life and stuff. Because another thing, I'm bored. I don't have very much to do right now. I don't like to watch TV. I like to watch football, but that's about the only thing. I hate watching TV. I mean, I never did. I can't. I mean, it's just something that's not very productive. But otherwise, yeah. So back to the question. Yeah, because they're informational about life and stuff. Um, it I don't know. It helps you to connect with people actually and talk to them, somebody that you trust. Because there's a lot of people that you can't trust, and I notice they're right in my backyard and stuff too. So there's people everywhere. I mean, so yeah, just I'm just rambling right now. So yeah.
No, that's good. Like I just heard that, like what I just heard from you share is that environment is a big thing. Like where you like, and I can only speak for myself, but um, they say when you put a shark in a little fish tank, it only grows to 8 inches, but when you put him in the ocean, he grows to 8 feet.
Yeah.
So if there's people in my backyard that I can't trust, um, you know, uh, and I'm not saying anything about that. All I'm saying is when I came here to this community here in Costa Rica, um, like it transformed my life forever, and it still does every moment of every day, like miracles and
Yeah.
transformation, and it's crazy. Uh, so what inspires Mervin? Like what gets you out of bed in the morning? Like what are some things that really excite you to be like fully alive? Like just joy and just fucking, yeah, I'm alive. Like I'm so fucking glad I'm doing what I'm doing. Like what are some things that have Mervin do that?
Um, so like going to work, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing. So like just getting up and making stuff for breakfast and just looking forward to the next thing to do, just mess around and do different stuff and small projects here and there. That's what keeps me going. I mean, I'm just doing right now. So um I don't really have anything right now that really inspires me for the moment. There's nothing that gets me out of bed. I mean, it's been this way for way too long, um, that I haven't been inspired by anything. I like to go fishing, but so yeah, I'd like to find something to do. I mean, something that really inspires me, but what's the point? Really. That's
Yeah.
what I think. I mean, what I know now, or what what I think I know, I don't really know, but it's just yeah, it's a it. So I need some projects or something to do, but
That's very interesting what you just shared. Like that there's no point. On Sunday before spiritual awakening, a couple of us here at the community, we read Ecclesiastes. And I don't know if you've been like reading the Bible anytime recently, but if you read that book, like that's what God says. He's like, there is no point. Like the point is that there is no point. And the only
Yeah.
thing that he says is like eat, drink, and be merry off of your work that you've done. And I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit. Like I can live to that. Like there's
Yeah.
no point. Fuck yeah. And I'm gonna eat, drink, and be merry. Like hallelujah. And I'm gonna love myself by doing it too.
Yeah.
Shit. So yeah. Um, and I also heard by your share that you're like by doing these things that like these projects that you're present to the present of the present. Like you're immersed in the project and that you're not, at least I can only speak for me, but what I heard is that like when you do these things, you're present.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that for like for me, like when I'm out in the garden here at the community, like it's or even anything that I do, like to be fully present is a gift. And so I'm just grateful that I'm here with you now and having this conversation. Um, so you said fishing. Like what is it that inspires you about fishing? Like what
Um, just being with somebody or something for a couple hours. I like fishing because it's a challenge, to catch something. It's peaceful by the river at night or something like that. Just being by yourself. Fishing alone or with somebody. It's the challenge of the catch.
nice. So do you experience God when you're like fishing? Like do you experience his presence?
Yeah. Actually, no, I don't. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't understand that.
Okay. The reason I asked that is like, so I don't know if you saw my video yesterday that I posted on Facebook, but we planted this food forest with over like, I don't know how many trees, like, um, probably upwards of like all in all, like the amount of plants that we planted are probably like 400 to 500. And
No
so the
kidding.
amount of trees are like maybe 40 to 50. Um, and there's more than that we plant on the property, but what I'm what I'm getting at is so now these trees are growing up and just by being in nature, like the butterflies, like there's so much where there was no life like a year ago or in September of last year. It's only been like 8 or 9 months since we planted these plants, and now like there was no, like hardly any life. It was just grass and weeds and all this, gnarly shit. And now
Yeah.
like the jungle is actually extending over to where we planted all these trees, and it's actually turning into this fucking fruit jungle.
Yeah.
And like there's so much life in here. Like when I go in there, like I just experience so much life. Like there's no way that I can't say that God's not there. It's just like butterflies and sounds and so that's what I'm getting at, like with with nature. And we have all
Okay.
these rivers, and you spoke about a river. Like we have so many rivers down here, and it's like super blue water. And when I go to these rivers, like the sound of the water going through the rocks, like
Yeah.
it's so meditative. And that's what I'm speaking to. Like the just being in the present of the present is like God's everywhere. And so if God's everywhere, like those are some of the areas where I can hear him. Um, I mean, it's just an awareness. So that's all I'm saying.
Understand.
So
So yeah, I do. That's It's probably it is probably, but it's just yeah. So it's something to do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very calming or whatever.
Hmm.
So
Nice. And so you attended the Awaken Your Destiny last Saturday?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
like, whoa, how was that class for you? Like, did you get a lot of value from it, or?
I did, but I forgot about it. I wrote a lot of stuff down. I need to go through my notes again. So yeah, yeah, I got a lot from it, but I forget fast. I mean, I can get something. I need to write everything down. So yeah.
I do the same thing. That's why I write it down because I don't want to keep it up here.
Yeah.
Um, so you don't remember any of the things you wrote down?
Oh yeah, I do. I got some of the stuff.
And the reason I'm asking is like I'm just curious, like what's like some of the things that Mervin is like. And for those of you that are watching this podcast that don't know, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We had a class last Saturday that was a goal setting workshop for it was like 2 hours and it was called Awakening Your Destiny. And so Mervin attended, I attended, and there was quite a few others that attended as well. And so we wrote down like a 3 month goal, 6 month goal, 1 year, and then lifetime. And so I say all that to here in a moment. I want to ask Mervin if there's anything that he feels called to share that he gained from this workshop. And also, with that being said, tonight we have, for those of you that are watching, we have a class called Listening and Speaking from Love that is worth tens of thousands of dollars. And this class is about how we get to speak from our hearts and not our heads. And for Dennis, like that's been a big thing because I've been in my head for 20 years and I didn't even know what it means to speak from the heart. So I'll put the link of that in the description and you can find that. It's called Listening and Speaking from Love. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, make sure you guys check that out. So going back now to Awakening Your Destiny and the goal setting workshop, like what was the biggest takeaway that you got from that, or like what really yeah.
Goals, like goals. Get some. I mean, I need. You need a plan because this you won't get anywhere. I mean, without a plan. I mean, that's what I got. I mean,
That's amazing. So for someone that may never have that's watching this podcast and they're like going through life and they've never had plans, like is there something that you would like to share for someone like that? Like what are some of the things that someone can do to get goals? Like what actions would you take or say to, or what would you say to those people?
so discipline is the main thing. That's what I think. I mean, I don't
And what is discipline to Mervin?
getting out of bed, having keep moving forward because if you stay in the past, that will ruin your life. I mean, what happened to me, I can't look back. Don't I mean, and not give up. I mean, you can't give up. I mean, if you do, I know what it means to give up. I did. I gave up for like 20, 30 years. I wasn't even living. I was just a person being. I was just being. And now, so yeah, mainly discipline is what I'm working on. So I went to rehab, and then my life totally turned around. I mean, I totally gave up. I didn't know that I gave up, but I did. I was going nowhere at all. I'm still not going anywhere, but at least I can just maintaining.
And now you're aware of,
I'm aware.
yeah, that's fucking mad. Like what created that? What created that awareness of not, from the point of you not being aware to now you're aware? Like what happened to that shifted that to where, oh my
Everybody in my
God.
everybody in my life. I mean, I needed everybody to show me. I mean, they maybe didn't know that they were showing me, but they did. Um, that there's a lot, there's deeper stuff, and life isn't supposed to be this hard. I know, but um, I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff, and like, um, life isn't supposed to be this hard. I mean, it's hard, but that's fine right now. So, yeah, discipline, and I had the first thing I wrote down is a workout plan because I want to get my body back. I want to feel better about myself. I never felt. I mean, I before this, so yeah, that's what I got out of that workout plan. Start my own business because working for somebody else. Um, I like my free time too. I mean, but if your free time is not producing anything, then it's a wasted time too. So I feel like I'm at least not wasting it right now. So
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. I yeah. Um, you said something earlier about life not having to be hard. Like, uh, can you speak more about that? Or life, you said that life is not supposed to be hard. Like, what? Can you speak more about that?
like yeah, you're supposed to I think you're supposed to feel good and stuff like that. I mean, like you feel like doing something.
Yeah.
Like for 20 years, I didn't feel like doing anything. I just did what everybody else told me to do. I mean, I was a goat. I'm still a goat, but I mean, I'm still yeah, so
You know, if you think about it, we're the only species on the planet that pays to have a roof over our head and pays for
yes.
food. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, what the
But
fuck?
you can create something beautiful though. That's what I think. I mean,
I
you know what
I
I mean? I mean,
I know so. Like I'm living in that reality right now here in Costa Rica. Like, um, we got fruit trees coming, and we do have enough food that we could, if the whole world shut down again, we could continue to survive. We'd be eating a lot of smoothies, but
yeah.
we planted over 300 banana trees, and those will be ready in a year. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, and I believe that that's what we're going to, like, with us being at the end of the end of the illusion. Like that's what Revelations is all about. It's not about the end of time, it's about the end of the age,
Mhm.
of the end of the age of the illusion. So that's why all this chaos is happening, is because like they can't hide their bullshit anymore. They can't hide that life is actually supposed to be easy, that we are children of God, that we're meant to be in peace, love, and joy. They can't hide that anymore. And people like you and I were waking up to that. So all the things that are not peace, love, and joy, that shit's got to fucking go. And it's doing it by itself. So I really resonate with what you're speaking to, like about life being supposed to be easy. Like if we're actually children of God, and you know, we're not supposed to fucking work 40 hours a week and come home and be fucking tired and um be a constant slave to the fucking system. So that whole system is coming down. And that's why when we look out there, there's all that chaos. So,
Yeah, I feel you. I know what you're saying.
and I really believe that we're like very close to what Jesus calls the golden age, where there's going to be 1,000 years of peace and just amazing abundance and peace, love, and joy. So that's what I believe. And that's what we're doing here in Costa Rica. Like we're literally restoring heaven on earth. So
Yeah, that's great. Um, so yeah, we shouldn't. I know we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be slaves to the system. I mean, but that's just the way it is right now. But
it is until it isn't.
yeah, it's just hard to let some of that stuff go. You know what I
Right.
mean? If
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Because that's what our teachers or the preachers, like our friends, family, like that's what they all told us that we are supposed to do. So I mean, I'm guilty too. Uh, and when you spoke about being dead, like not going anywhere, like I don't know if you know this or not, but there was a point where when I was in a relationship with, I was in this relationship and I was being the hero. She was being the victim. I was actually being a superhero. I was racking up my credit card for her to go to the hospital, and I thought I was saving her, and I felt good doing it and all that until finally I'm like, holy fuck, I don't have any more energy for Dennis. And I was at the time I was on drugs, I was doing cocaine and all kinds of shit just to try to numb the pain. And there was a point where I was ready to like pop myself. And it was right around the time that COVID happened, actually. And that's where the big shift happened for Dennis, where I went from just existing to actually deciding, hey, I fucking want to live. So, um,
I don't know how that is. Actually, I never did that. I mean, I just live for myself all the time, so I don't understand that. But I don't understand like suicide. I mean, I don't. I'm not going to hurt me ever. But
yeah, I'm just sharing because of like what you shared earlier about, just going along with life. And yeah, I felt inspired to share
yeah, that's
for someone that's watching the
that
channel.
that sucks. But yeah, so
Yeah, because I don't know if you've heard Jonathan or Kirk talk about like the relationship triad where, you got the hero and then you got the victim and then you got the villain. So as soon as I stopped helping her, I became the villain
yeah,
because I was no longer helping her. And then she was always like, she was a super victim. Like she didn't get her way. So it was a wow. But I'm super grateful I went through it because otherwise I wouldn't be where I'm at the moment.
I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah,
That's
me
awesome.
too.
You made it through. I mean,
And at the time, like I felt like I was very disconnected from God. But what I know now is that God was always there. I just disconnected myself from God. Like he's always everywhere at simultaneously, right? Like his love is everywhere. And it's just the illusion is what separates Dennis from God. And that's why there's all this chaos right now, is because people don't see and don't recognize that God's love is everywhere within them and like all around them. And so they separate themselves. And that's why all this, the chaos, and that's why all of this has got to, like all of that, the false things that are not real, love is the only thing that exists. So anything that's not real has got to go. And that's why if people look at the news or whatever, like that's why all that shit's going on at the moment. It's because all that stuff is falling away to make way for all the love that's there, like God's unconditional love. And that's what we're moving into. So hallelujah. It's the end of the illusion. And there's no man or there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. I mean, it's the script is written. So
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, so I know that. They got aliens in Florida, so yeah,
really?
really, in the mall. I didn't see it on the news, on my phone, but yeah, they got aliens in the mall coming out of portals and stuff.
Really? Wow.
Really.
Yeah. So do you said at the beginning of the call it's pretty cold up there and that you guys are getting a bunch of snow. Like, do you have gardens up there or like what like in the summer?
No, not yet. Yeah, I think my mom and dad do. Yeah, they got a garden. I
Okay.
helped them in there this summer a couple times.
Nice.
So, help my mom, but not. So yeah, we got gardens up here, but it's too cold for one right now. It is
Sure.
freezing.
Sure.
It's freezing right now, 32 degrees, but it's supposed to get like -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Wow.
by next week.
And you mentioned one of the things on your list that you created out of the Awaken Your Destiny workshop was creating your own business. Like, do you have any ideas or do you have any uh, like direction on like what you're looking to create?
Lawn mowing business. Yeah.
Nice. So you got all that on paper and this was all a fruit of the Awaken Your Destiny.
Yeah.
Amazing. So is it a 3 month goal, 1 year goal, or
That's my 3 year goal.
3 years?
My own. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're watching this podcast, and you feel stuck in life or, um, you don't even have to be stuck, but if you just want to plan out your life, like your next 3 months or your next 6 months, year, 3 years, lifetime, like I invite you to join earthwakingvillage.com. And this is the social media of Earth Waking where you'll be able to network with thousands of people around the world that are a part of the Earth Waking community. And not only that, but you'll be able to connect with the events that are happening like pretty much every day of every week. So um, it's really beautiful. Like we have tonight, we have listening and speaking to love. Tomorrow night, we'll have freedom to be masterclass at 8 p.m. Eastern, and also the return to nature at 4:30 p.m. So just this is your invitation to tap into that. Um, so yeah. Do you feel called to share anything else, Mervin? Like, is there something else that you want to share that's on your heart or?
I'm good. No, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate you being here. I am looking forward to seeing you at more of our events and and, connecting. And I appreciate who you are. Like, you could have been doing anything right now, and you chose to be here. And I know this video is gonna change. If it changes one life out there and connects them to what we're doing, like, that's worth it. So, and even if it doesn't, it was still worth it. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And if you're watching this channel, make sure you check out the links below. And I will see you in a future class. And I love you all. Peace.